Hi Tarot friends, it's Jade here with another installment in my Walking Through the Tarot series. Today we're going to be talking about the Tower card. So the card that you see right now is from the Radiant Wise Spirit deck, also known as the Dirty Pam. Let's see if I can adjust this, sorry. Okay, also known as the Dirty Pam. And what I'm going to do is similar to my other videos. By the way, if this is not the first time you're visiting me, welcome back. Thank you so much for choosing to spend time with me. And if this is the first time you're visiting, or the first video you've seen of mine, then please feel free to have a look at the other videos in this series. I am going through every card in the tarot deck one at a time and looking at the different meanings, the different styles of artwork, and sort of looking at the different meanings that there are, just for my own purposes, just to help myself cement those meanings, to give my intuition a launching off point. So I will see if I remember. I'll try to put the links to the playlist where all my videos are in this series down below. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below, and hit the notification bell so you are notified when I post new content. All right, so let's go on to this one. So we're talking about the Tarot today, which is the 16th card in the Major Arcana, 17th card if you count the Fool as the first card. So the Kitchen Table Tarot book and the what is it called? The Easy Tarot that came with my Gilded Tarot says, I am rebuilding. Creation, destructive, confusion, rebuilding. Your life is dissolving. You built it so carefully, piece by piece, but out of nowhere it blows up tragically. Fear, chaos, divorce, losing your home or job, tragedy, death, chaos. Did I say chaos already? It's also about rerouting your life. The base was shoddy, and now you'll rebuild it stronger and truer. Faith will get you through. On the shadow side, this could be just a premonition. Another source says, in a flash, the road one has traveled comes to a sudden halt. Sudden change, disruption, and adversity. On the shadow side, tyranny and oppression. So this card doesn't necessarily mean bad things like you're getting into a car accident or you lose your job. It could just mean a major change, such as graduating from college or university, getting married. All of those are drastic changes that necessitate a change in your life. All right, let's have a look at some other cards here. I have about 40 others. This is from the Next World Tarot. Let's see if I can adjust that slightly. Oops, sorry. Okay. So in the Next World Tarot, it is called Revolution. Defend the sacred, no blood for oil are some of the captions there. Clearly there's a lot of chaos and destruction happening here. Hopefully for rebuilding for the better. Okay, so let's take that one out of the way. I love the backs of these cards, by the way. This is the new Mythic Tarot. Gonna just come in a little bit. There we go. The new Mythic Tarot, and let's see what that one says. I haven't read any of those definitions yet in this series. I'm trying to just pick a few different styles every time. Okay, so this one says, first of all, there's 3 pages in this book. On a divinatory level, the card of the Tower appearing in a spread augurs the breaking down of existing forms. This card, like the cards of Death and the Devil, depends a great deal upon the attitude of the individual in terms of how difficult or painful it is to deal with. Obviously, it is more creative to ask oneself where one is constricted or bound by a false persona or image, because a willing effort to break through this pretense can save a great deal of anguish. But it seems that the tower will fall anyway, whether or not we are willing, not because some malicious external fate decrees it, but because something within the individual has reached the boiling point and can no longer live within such confines. I find that such a great meaning, and that really boils down what this card means for me. The Muse Tarot. Interesting. The Aquarian Tarot. The Revelations Tarot, upright and reversed. The Housewives Tarot. The Zombie Tarot. The Art History for Past Lives. The Tarot de la Nuit. Let's see what that one says. Sudden and violent change, urgent need to question one's core beliefs, fall and rise, broken pride, major shakeup. So you realize that all you believed in was based upon the wrong foundation. You'll experience insomnia, pain, doubt, or anger along the way. You'll be different because disruption and chaos. Yet, once you've fallen, you can get up and rise again. After destruction comes your own recreation. You will recover and go far beyond your present level. I love that. The Santa Muerte. This card reminds me a little bit, with all the staircases, reminds me a little bit of the of Hogwarts. Let's have a look at what this card says. Come on. Here we go. Something that you have been opposed to for probably a long time is about to emerge, explode, and open itself to the world. The tower, therefore, is a living construction, overcrowded and teeming, exposed due to a sudden change that will alter the balances, and whose orientations and directions, therefore, could seem to become confused or overturned. It could be difficult to go against the current and against common opinion, but this is how illumination will arrive. Otherwise, it will be a violent separation that will win, an expulsion that will bring with it a crisis, unbalance, and, in the worst cases, a true catastrophe. The advice of the dead: destroy old structures and superficial structures without fear, and those that have become over time a prison, and liberate the energies that were enclosed within them. Interesting. Just for fun, this is the Spirit of Halloween. The Deviant Moon. The Rackham Tarot. The Game of Thrones. Let's see what this one says. Destruction, chaos, breakthrough, illumination, revelation, shock. 15 reduces to 7, the Chariot, a card of control. You have no control over events. A shocking event, sudden change, and chaos are the traditional meanings, but I can't apparently read my own writing. But you're not responsible. I don't think so. Upside is you're released from old ways of being or living and awakened to what is now possible. There's an opportunity to learn from the past and create stronger foundations for the future. A relationship secret, an intense attraction. On the shadow side, self-blame for things not in your control. Let this go. All right, the vice versa, the front and the back. Interesting, that does look like the chariot at the bottom, doesn't it? Let's see what that one says. So the front says, unexpected and traumatic revelations are occurring. Open-mindedness towards higher aspirations in keeping with one's own psychological level. The understanding of one's own body and its requirements in the form of symptoms. Interesting. This is more on a health level. And on the reverse side, it says the remote and hidden causes of a situation that is now unbearable. The need to let go of useful mental superstructures maintained only out of fear of change. Everyday Witch. That one is about purposely knocking down old foundations. The Mermaid Tarot. Let's see what that one says. The Tower reminds us that things fall down and break apart, especially things that are built on rocky foundations or near emotional and mental fault lines. Destruction is a fact of life. None of us can escape it. Things end, crumble, and disintegrate right in front of our eyes, all throughout our lives. For whatever reason, you have forgotten that everything is temporary. Something in your life needs to be rebuilt or replaced. Its current construction no longer serves its purpose, and it is being destroyed. This is a good thing and necessary, for something new will find its way into your life. On the reverse side, if the upright version of this card implies an external breakdown, then the reversed aspect could very well indicate an internal blowout. Stress, anxiety, and resistance wreak havoc on the body. Be mindful of how your body is communicating to you right now, as it may very well be sending you warning signs that things are not as they should be and trouble is on the horizon. The trouble could be a weakened immune system, stress-related headaches, digestive issues, or other explosive bodily functions. That's quite a powerful message there. I agree with it. And let me know if you if that is your experience as well. I'm going to move those. Okay, Dame Darcy. The Emerging Toronto Artists. Hidden Realms, in this case, it's called The Blasted Beach, as in beech tree. The Tarot Muha. Joie de Vivre. The Spiral Tarot. Shadowscapes. The Chicoli deck. Mystical Manga. The Crow Tarot. Let's see what the Crow says. Drastic change, upheaval, catastrophe. The element is fire. Do not become too comfortable or complacent. Mentally prepare yourself. Change is always afoot, and it will be big. It will shake your ground. How you manage this change will have a direct impact on how you fare in the future. Isn't that the truth? The energy caused by this change may spark something within that will move you towards a better place. How the pieces fall is up to you. Change is inevitable. On the shadow side, you're doing everything in your power to prevent the necessary course of action. In doing so, you're delaying the experience you need to learn from in order to move forward. Pagan Otherworlds. Dark Mansion. Mystic Mondays. Crystal Visions, Wild Unknown, the Fountain Tarot, and that is all of the RWS based cards. Let's go to the Marseilles style, which is this one is the Tarte Tarot. This one says House of God, disruption, expulsion from an earthly paradise, divine rote, punishment of pride, losses, reveal revelry that destroys, bankruptcy, plans ruined, need to start again. The Classico Marseilles by Il Menegallo is very similar to the Tarot Classic. And the Marshmallow Marseille. These all look the same. The Tarot of the Master and the Sopraffino. Let's see what Stuart Kaplan has to say in Tarot Classic. Change in a complete and sudden manner. A breaking down of old beliefs, abandonment of past relationships, severing of a friendship, changing of one's opinion, unexpected events, disruption, adversity, calamity, misery, deception, bankruptcy, termination, havoc, breakdown, downfall, undoing, ruin, divorce, loss of stability, a sudden event which destroys trust, loss of money, loss of security, loss of love and affection, setback, terrible change, breakthrough into new areas. On the reverse, meaning it says continued oppression, following old ways, living in a rut, inability to effect worthwhile change, entrapped in an unhappy situation, imprisoned. Those are some pretty sad meanings. And this is the 1JJ Swiss. And this one says disruption, adversity, calamity, misery, deception, unexpected event, ruin, termination, bankruptcy, setback. So very, very similar to the Tarot Classic, which makes sense. And that is all I have for you today with the Tower. I hope you enjoyed this, and I would love to hear if you have what your experience with the Tower is. I had a Tower year, which is a pretty terrible thing last year, and I'm still recovering and working through it. Tarot actually really helped me to make it through that year. That is for absolutely freaking sure. Anyway, I will see you the next time with card number 17. And we'll go through the Star the next time, which is a card that I very much enjoy better than these cards. Actually, the only other thing that I would say with regards to this, and sorry I was forgetting, but in terms of the artwork that I very much like, I really love this card. Most of them are very, very similar. That one is one that I very much enjoy. You know, they're all, it's hard to say, right? Because they're all very similar. They're all very drastic measures. But that one, in terms of the artwork, I just really like that art style. The Mermaid Tarot, I love this one. I love the meaning that comes with it. It's not just a negative. It's not just a negative thing that happens, right? There's always the opportunity for the upside, and I appreciate that. And then finally, this one here is the Everyday Witch Tarot, and you know, this one says to me like, hell yeah, I broke that down, right? It wasn't serving me. It was shoddy. I believe, what I previously believed was not the truth. And I'm going to break that down willingly, openly, and I'm going to rebuild properly. Like, she is not, I'm sure that this wasn't an easy thing for her to do, but she also recognizes that it is a good, in the end, it's good. It's a good thing for her. Why hang on to old things that no longer serve us, or that actually are hurting us, or that are untrue? And so that is why I appreciate this one very much. Anyway, until the next time, my friends, we'll see you with a star.